There's a growing anti-Israel movement known as the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions, or BDS, and Senator Marco Rubio is alarmed the effort's support is spreading to the U.S.
BDS is a movement around the world to get companies, pressure companies to boycott Israel, meaning not do business there, divest from any investments in Israel or Israeli companies, and to get governments to sanction Israel.
Currently, those behind BDS target companies like Ahava, Caterpillar, HP, and Sabra Hummus, hoping to isolate Israel academically, culturally, economically, and militarily.
It is an anti-Semitic movement.
Joel Griffith of the Heritage Foundation calls it a threat to Israel's security.
Israel, it's a beacon of democracy. It's an area where religious minorities and ethnic minorities enjoy equal rights. And yet that is the country that these individuals have chosen to target.
What do you think the end goal of the BDS movement is?
Well, the end goal, as stated by their founder, Omar Barghouti, is the end of the Jewish state of Israel.
Protesters boast their campaigns have cost Israeli companies billions due to lost contracts and major shareholders divesting.
I'm concerned that we're seeing for the first time at least 2 House members that are openly pro-BDS.
They would be newly elected representatives Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. Tlaib recently told The Intercept she believes the boycotts bring attention to issues like the racism and the international human rights violations by Israel. Senator Rubio included a Combating BDS Act in the first bill the Senate is taking up this year.
We have a law that says that states and local governments can decide not to do any work, meaning no contracts for goods or services with companies that are boycotting or divesting from Israel.
Democrats keep blocking it, however, saying they won't consider any bills unrelated to opening the government. Rubio thinks there's another reason.
I think they're blocking it because they're afraid of radical elements in their own base. There's a growing group of people in the Democratic Party that are anti-Israel openly, and I think they're afraid of them.
Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Rashida Tlaib say Rubio's bill punishes Americans who exercise their constitutional right to engage in political activity. To which Rubio argues,
the First Amendment, first of all, applies to individuals. This law doesn't apply to individuals. All this law says is you can go ahead and support BDS, but if I'm a city or a state, I don't have to contract with a company that's involved in BDS.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, a staunch supporter of Israel, did not answer CBN News' question about his thoughts on the Democrats who openly support the BDS movement. But he did say this about the Combating BDS Act.
I am a co-sponsor, so I've supported it all along.
Congresswoman Tlaib says she plans to go against tradition and lead a House delegation to which she refers to as the Israeli-occupied West Bank. Historically, freshman lawmakers have been invited to spend a week meeting with Israeli leaders. Reporting from Capitol Hill, Abigail Robertson, CBN News.